Have you ever felt scared of being by yourself? It's a common feeling that many people experience. The thought of being alone can bring up feelings of unease, worry, or even fear. But what if we told you that being alone isn't something to be afraid of? In fact, it might be exactly what you need. This video will explore why being alone is not only okay, but can be incredibly powerful and beneficial for your life. We'll dive into the many ways that solitude can help you grow, learn, and become stronger. By the end, you might find yourself looking forward to your alone time instead of dreading it. Let's start by thinking about what it means to be alone. It's not just about being physically by yourself. It's about having time and space to focus on your own thoughts, feelings, and experiences without anyone else around. This kind of solitude can be a source of great strength and personal growth. When you're alone, you have the chance to really get to know yourself. Think about it. How often do you spend time just thinking about who you are, what you want, and what matters to you? In our busy world, it's easy to get caught up in what other people think or expect from us. But when you're alone, you can step back from all that noise and listen to your own inner voice. This self-discovery is incredibly valuable. The better you know yourself, the more confident and sure you'll feel in your choices and actions. You'll start to understand your own likes, dislikes, strengths, and areas where you want to grow. This self-knowledge is like a superpower. It helps you make decisions that are right for you and live a life that feels true to who you are. Spending time alone also gives your mind the space it needs to be creative and come up with new ideas. When you're constantly surrounded by other people or distractions, it can be hard to hear your own thoughts. But in solitude, your mind is free to wander and make new connections. You might find yourself thinking of solutions to problems you've been struggling with or coming up with exciting new plans. Many of the world's greatest thinkers and creators have talked about how important alone time was for their work. They found that being by themselves allowed them to focus deeply and push the boundaries of what they could do. So if you have dreams or goals you want to achieve, don't underestimate the power of spending some quality time alone with your thoughts. Being alone also helps you build inner strength. When you're always relying on others, it can be hard to know what you're capable of on your own. But when you spend time by yourself, you learn to handle challenges and solve problems independently. This doesn't mean you should never ask for help. That's important too. But knowing that you can handle things on your own builds confidence and resilience that will serve you well throughout your life. Think about a time when you faced a difficulty and got through it on your own. How did that make you feel? Probably pretty strong and capable, right? That's the kind of inner strength that grows when you're comfortable being alone. Another great thing about being alone is that it gives you freedom from outside influences. When you're always around other people, it's natural to be affected by their opinions and expectations. This isn't always bad, but it can sometimes lead you away from what you really want or believe. When you're alone, you have the chance to figure out what you truly think and feel without anyone else's voice in your ear. This freedom allows you to be more authentic. You can explore your own thoughts and feelings without worrying about what anyone else might think. Over time, this helps you develop a stronger sense of who you are and what you stand for. And when you're true to yourself, you'll find that your relationships with others actually improve. Speaking of relationships, you might be surprised to learn that being comfortable alone can actually make your connections with others stronger. When you're not afraid of being by yourself, you're less likely to cling to relationships out of fear or desperation. Instead, you can choose to spend time with people because you genuinely want to, not because you're afraid of being alone. Also, the self-knowledge and confidence you gain from alone time can help you communicate better with others. You'll be clearer about your own needs and boundaries, which leads to healthier relationships. And because you're not depending on others for your happiness or self-worth, you can be a better friend, partner, or family member. Of course, this doesn't mean you should spend all your time alone. Humans are social creatures, and connections with others are important for our well-being. The key is finding a balance that works for you. Enough alone time to recharge and grow, and enough social time to feel connected and supported. Alone time is also a powerful tool for personal growth. When you're by yourself, you have the opportunity to focus on learning new skills or developing existing ones. Maybe there's a hobby you've always wanted to try, or a subject you'd like to study more deeply. Solitude gives you the space to dive into these interests without distractions. This kind of personal development can be incredibly fulfilling. As you learn and grow, you'll likely feel a sense of accomplishment and increased self-esteem. You might discover talents or passions you never knew you had, and the skills you develop during your alone time can open up new opportunities in your personal and professional life. Another important aspect of being alone is that it allows for mindfulness and self-reflection. In our busy, fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in a constant stream of activity and lose touch with our inner selves. But when you're alone, you have the chance to slow down and really pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. This kind of self-reflection can be incredibly valuable. It helps you understand your emotions better, process experiences, and gain insights into your behavior and motivations. You might start to notice patterns in your thinking or behavior that you want to change, or discover strengths you didn't realize you had. Practicing mindfulness during your alone time can also have numerous benefits for your mental and physical health. It can help reduce stress, improve focus, and increase overall well-being. Even just a few minutes of quiet reflection each day can make a big difference in how you feel and how you approach life's challenges. Now let's talk about how to overcome the fear of being alone. If you're used to always being around others, the idea of spending time by yourself might feel uncomfortable or even scary at first. But like any skill, being comfortable alone is something you can practice and improve at. Start small. If the thought of spending a whole day alone feels overwhelming, try starting with just an hour. Use that time to do something you enjoy, read a book, take a walk, or work on a hobby. Pay attention to how you feel during this time. You might notice that your initial discomfort starts to fade as you get absorbed in what you're doing. It can also help to reframe how you think about alone time. Instead of seeing it as something lonely or boring, try thinking of it as a gift you're giving yourself. It's a chance to relax, recharge, and focus on what matters to you. When you start to see alone time as something positive and valuable, you'll likely find yourself looking forward to it. Another helpful tip is to plan activities for your alone time. Having a plan can make the time feel more purposeful and less daunting. This could be anything from trying out a new recipe to working on a creative project to simply taking a relaxing bath. The key is to choose activities that you find enjoyable and fulfilling. Remember, it's okay if being alone feels uncomfortable at first. Like any new experience, it might take some time to get used to. Be patient with yourself and keep practicing. Over time, you'll likely find that you start to appreciate and even look forward to your solitary moments. As you become more comfortable being alone, you might start to discover the joy of self-companionship. This means enjoying your own company and finding fulfillment in spending time with yourself. It's about developing a positive relationship with yourself, just as you would with a good friend. Part of this involves practicing self-love and acceptance. This doesn't mean ignoring your flaws or never trying to improve. Instead, it's about recognizing your inherent worth as a person, regardless of your achievements or what others think of you. When you're alone, you have the perfect opportunity to practice treating yourself with kindness and compassion. You might find it helpful to talk to yourself in a supportive way, just as you would to a friend. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Be understanding when you make mistakes. Remind yourself of your good qualities and the things you're grateful for. Over time, this positive self-talk can help boost your self-esteem and overall happiness. Another aspect of enjoying your own company is learning to have fun by yourself. This might involve rediscovering old hobbies or trying new ones. Maybe you love to draw but haven't picked up a sketchbook in years. Or perhaps you've always wanted to learn to play an instrument. Your alone time is the perfect opportunity to explore these interests. Don't be afraid to treat yourself either. Plan special alone time activities that you really enjoy. This could be anything from watching your favorite movie with some homemade popcorn to taking yourself on a solo day trip to a nearby town. The key is to approach these activities with the same enthusiasm you would if you were spending time with a loved one. Enjoying your own company doesn't mean you never want to be around others. It simply means that you're comfortable and content whether you're alone or with people. This kind of self-sufficiency can actually make your social interactions more enjoyable because you're choosing to be with others out of want rather than need. As you become more comfortable with solitude, you might find that it enhances your creativity in unexpected ways. When you're alone, your mind is free to wander and make unique connections. You might find yourself coming up with innovative solutions to problems or having sudden bursts of artistic inspiration. This creative boost isn't just for artists or writers, it can apply to any area of your life. Maybe you'll think of a new approach to a challenge at work or come up with a creative way to organize your living space. The quiet and lack of distractions that come with being alone can allow your mind to explore possibilities it might not consider in a busier environment. To make the most of this creative potential, consider setting aside some of your alone time specifically for brainstorming or working on creative projects. You might be surprised at what you can come up with when you give your mind the space to roam freely. Alone time can also be a valuable opportunity for learning and personal development. Without the distractions of social interactions or external pressures, you can focus deeply on acquiring new knowledge or skills. This could involve reading books on topics that interest you, taking online courses, or practicing a new skill. The internet has made it easier than ever to learn independently. You can find free resources on almost any topic, from academic subjects to practical skills like cooking or home repair. Use your alone time to dive into these learning opportunities. Not only will you gain valuable knowledge and skills, but the process of learning itself can be incredibly fulfilling and boost your self-confidence. Another benefit of spending time alone is that it can help you become more self-reliant. When you're always surrounded by others, it's easy to fall into the habit of relying on them for everything from decision-making to emotional support. While it's great to have a support network, being able to stand on your own 2 feet is an important life skill. As you spend more time alone, you'll likely find yourself becoming more capable in various areas of your life. You might become better at solving problems on your own, making decisions independently, or managing your emotions without needing constant validation from others. This increased self-reliance can be incredibly empowering and can help you feel more in control of your life. It's important to note that being self-reliant doesn't mean you should never ask for help or support. It simply means that you have the confidence and capability to handle things on your own when needed. This balance of independence and interdependence is key to healthy relationships and a fulfilling life. Spending time alone can also provide an excellent opportunity for self-care. In our busy lives, it's easy to neglect our own needs as we focus on work, relationships, and other responsibilities. But taking care of yourself is crucial for your physical and mental well-being. Your alone time can be used for various forms of self-care. This might involve physical self-care like exercise, preparing healthy meals, or getting enough sleep. It can also include emotional self-care like journaling, meditation, or simply taking time to relax and do nothing. Remember, self-care isn't selfish. By taking care of yourself, you're ensuring that you have the energy and resources to show up fully in other areas of your life. When you're well-rested, healthy, and emotionally balanced, you're better able to handle life's challenges and be there for the people you care about. As you become more comfortable with solitude, you might find that it changes your perspective on life in general. When you're not constantly surrounded by others, you have more opportunity to step back and look at the bigger picture. This can lead to valuable insights about your life, your values, and what truly matters to you. You might find yourself questioning assumptions you've always held, or reconsidering goals that no longer align with who you are. This kind of reflection can be uncomfortable at times, but it's an important part of personal growth. It allows you to make conscious choices about the direction of your life, rather than simply going along with what others expect or what you've always done. This shift in perspective can also help you appreciate the present moment more fully. When you're alone, you're not performing for anyone or trying to meet others' expectations. This can allow you to simply be experiencing life as it is right now without worrying about the past or future. Another valuable aspect of spending time alone is that it can help you develop a stronger sense of identity. When we're constantly around others, it's easy to define ourselves in relation to them, as a friend, a partner, a co-worker, etc. While these relationships are important, they're not the entirety of who you are. Alone time gives you the opportunity to explore and define your identity on your own terms. What are your values? What do you believe in? What kind of person do you want to be? These are questions that are best answered in moments of solitary reflection. As you develop a stronger sense of self, you may find that you become more confident in social situations. When you know who you are and what you stand for, you're less likely to be swayed by peer pressure or the need for others' approval. This can lead to more authentic relationships and a greater sense of satisfaction in your social life. It's also worth noting that being comfortable alone can be a valuable skill in itself. Life is unpredictable, and there may be times when you find yourself alone whether you plan to be or not. By developing a positive relationship with solitude, you're preparing yourself to handle these situations with grace and resilience. Moreover, the ability to be alone can give you a sense of freedom and flexibility. When you're not dependent on others for your happiness or well-being, you have more options in life. You might feel more confident about traveling alone, moving to a new city, or pursuing opportunities that require periods of solitude. As we near the end of our exploration of the benefits of being alone, it's important to address a common misconception. Some people worry that enjoying solitude means they're antisocial or that they'll end up lonely. But the truth is quite the opposite. Being comfortable alone actually allows you to form healthier, more balanced relationships. When you're not afraid of being on your own, you're less likely to stay in unhealthy relationships out of fear of being alone. You're also more likely to choose to spend time with people because you genuinely enjoy their company, not because you need them to fill a void. Furthermore, the self-awareness and personal growth that come from alone time can make you a better friend, partner, or family member. You'll bring more to your relationships when you have a rich inner life and a strong sense of self. Remember, the goal isn't to be alone all the time. Humans are social creatures, and connections with others are an important part of a fulfilling life. The key is finding a balance that works for you. Enough alone time to recharge and grow, and enough social time to feel connected and supported. Let's recap the main points we've covered. We've seen how being alone can foster self-discovery, boost creativity, build inner strength, and provide freedom from external influences. We've explored how solitude can improve your relationships, facilitate personal growth, and allow for mindfulness and self-reflection. We've also discussed practical ways to overcome the fear of being alone, how to enjoy your own company, and how to make the most of your alone time. We've seen how being comfortable with solitude can change your perspective on life, strengthen your sense of identity, and even prepare you for life's unpredictable moments. The takeaway is this: being alone isn't something to fear. It's an opportunity to grow, to learn, to create, and to become the best version of yourself. It's a chance to build a life that truly reflects who you are and what you value. So the next time you find yourself alone, try to embrace it. Use that time to connect with yourself, to pursue your interests, to rest and recharge. You might be surprised at how rewarding it can be. Remember, you are complete and whole just as you are. You don't need anyone else to make you worthy or valuable. By learning to appreciate and make the most of your alone time, you're investing in the most important relationship of all, the one you have with yourself. So don't fear being alone. It truly is all you need to grow, to learn, and to become the person you want to be. Your alone time is a gift. Use it wisely and watch how it transforms your life.